Hello, everybody. Welcome to one more video this Saturday and Sunday this weekend, where we want to talk about how the growth of data analytics is happening. We have recently observed that there are a lot of people uh, wanting to get into the field of data science and data analytics. And especially in India, we observe that there is a 11 million job growth by 2026 for firms who are in this legacy businesses like power, steel, and energy, and who are trying to get into data analytics. And even in the US, as per the US Bureau of Labor Statistics, there is going to be a 25% improvement um, in the area of data analytics. So, to talk more about this, how new people can come into the field of data analytics, we have Vaibhav, who's been in this field for more than a decade and has seen many freshers coming into the field and has trained and mentored them. So, who better than talking about this topic other than Vaibhav? So, welcome, Vaibhav. How are you doing today?
Yeah, Raghav, thank you for your invite, and yeah, I'm doing great. And it's really an interesting topic that how we can diverge our career into data analytics. So, uh, really excited to talk about it.
Great. Thank you. So first question, Vaibhav, what I want to start is how do people start their career in data analytics? Because standard questions what we've been receiving is, hey, I've studied my MBA, I've studied my BBA, I've studied my BCom, specifically in India. In the US, we have seen requests like, how about, and Europe, they're like, hey, we are from a different background, but we see the field, everybody's asking it. So they want to shift. So how do they shift? Or even who is studying similar subjects, I want to call it subjects or areas, how do they start their career? Where should they start?
So I will like to break your question into multiple parts. So starting first, like the people or the students who are just got graduated and they are want to develop themselves into this career. So what I will suggest is that first of all, they have to develop a strong foundation for their data analytics career. So when I say strong foundation, I mean that they have to develop their skills into statistical part, because statistics like combination with mathematics is really important to understand how this data pre-processing, predictions, and different AI stuffs happens. So this is really important that you build your skills into statistical part and the mathematics. And in combination to that, you require certain skills in the programming language like R and Python, because they have a huge amount of libraries where you have different functions defined, which you can directly utilize for different analytics processes. So these are the basic skill sets that you have to develop within yourself to create a strong foundation for data analytics career. Now people who are switching their careers, they again have to acquire these skills, but because they are switching, they should have some kind of background already on the data side, so it would be quite easy for them to understand these things. But the people who are just starting, for them, they have to put a more effort on learning these skills.
So on a range of, because learning a new skill can be daunting and tougher sometimes, correct? It
Right.
is not so easy to learn. I come from a data engineering background, so I understand what you're saying. Then you say R and Python and SQL or whatever you want to suggest. But how easy is to learn these skills? Because, or is there a start point? You have any recommendations, or it's just Googling? What is there any specific recommendations you want to? People who are seeing this
Sure.
video, are there any places where they can go? Yeah.
It is a very relevant question. So uh, when we are starting, there are multiple, I would say, free learning processes that you can follow. First, you have available YouTube. So if you go through YouTube, you will find a lot of lectures or a lot of tutorials that are already available for you to go through them and learn these skills of Python and R. I would not say it's very easy or it's very difficult. It's depend on the person how better he understand these programming skills. So it totally depends on person to person. but you have huge material available both for R and Python, and there are huge number of websites. You will just type in Google that you are looking for Python tutorials or R tutorials. You will find a lot of documentation, YouTube videos, and there are different platforms like you must have heard about analytics platforms for different even tools. So GitHub, Kaggle. So these are different sets of tools where you can find a lot of questions and even a lot of solved problems for yourself. So when you browse through these different portals and learn these skills and try to practice them on the live scenarios, then it will be quite easy for you to inculcate these skills gradually. And then you can opt for different sets of internships, or you can find a like entry level jobs for these skills, and where you can grab and work on the live scenarios which will really enhance your skills.
No, that's a good start. So you're to summarize it, start with YouTube, um, because there are tutorials which are nicely laid out, and if we feel that we are going in the right way, probably buy from websites which are doing and improve your skills there. So I have a specific question, because so there can be people from many degree. If you see, that is what I started. So do you suggest, where you are and where you're seeing the growth, any specific degree to be pursued to become a data analytics person, maybe a data engineer, an analyst, or a scientist?
So it's a very interesting question. Uh, if I go to 10 year back from now, so at that time we do not have these kind of degrees or courses related to analytics. But today we have like additional degrees into the field of analytics. You can pursue various amount of courses like that suits you. But starting a career in data analytics does not require any degree. If you are pursuing it, it will be beneficial for you to get an additional skill set into your domain. But when you're switching to this particular career, it is not necessary that you acquire any degree. It's just that you have to go through various programs, learning R, Python, statistical part, and also like acquiring skills on SQL side so that you can do the database manipulation. So when you have these skill sets, you can easily work on these scenarios. But yes, it is important that you showcase your work. If you do not have any online presence and you were working on different career earlier and now you want to switch, no one can trust your words, or even though you have the relevant skills, no one will trust you. So for that, you have to create your online presence. So creating profiles on, again, Kaggle and GitHub, solving problems, and even you can create your own websites where you can showcase that what different things you have work on, and maybe you can help others in the open forums by solving their problems. So it will create your relevant profile, which will really help you to create your impactful career on this field.
Oh, that's a great suggestion. So anyone who wants to start even without a different degree, start learning on YouTube. And once you start learning, whatever you do, start putting these items, what you learn, on GitHub and start making open, such that, hey, you are learning and also creating an online presence that I am learning. So this probably goes to a follow-up question. So all this documentation, what they are creating, can be uh, targeted to reach towards employers, I guess. Is that a good suggestion?
Definitely.
Or what do you suggest? How can they reach? The eventual goal of anybody is to get a job, right? Maybe
Uh,
a job or starting their own company or whatever it can be, if it's an entrepreneur. But how do they reach these potential employers? What do you suggest? One is a good suggestion, what I already see, this is GitHub thing. Is there any other areas what you recommend?
so you have heard a lot of platforms like in the social media we have different sets of groups belonging to different domains, and similarly companies create their groups on the LinkedIn, plus
Mm-hmm.
we have different communities over the internet. So you define what kind of tool sets you are going to prefer you to do this analytic stuff, because there is a huge amount of tools that are available. So it's you have to define that what tools you want to follow, and then find relevant communities in relation to those tools, and start posting your work over there. So you will find a lot of employers, HRs are usually following these communities to find the relevant people for their company with relevant roles. So in this way, you can reach out to the right employers, showcasing your work, and at the same time gaining the visibility among the community members. So let's say if I'm working in company A, and I'm looking for people who are working on tools like Alteryx, Power BI, Tableau. So and I'm part of that community. So if anyone who is pursuing his skill sets on these tools and posting their work, I would going through those works, and if I find them really good, so I will surely try to reach out those guys if they are interested in pursuing job in my company. So this is the way that you can create your visibility. And same on LinkedIn, so you can create your articles, you can create different sets of videos that you can post over there about your work. So it will really help you to reach out the right people or the right employers to get the right opportunities.
Awesome. So that's amazing. So looks like the way to go is learn, build your online presence, and while you're not only building your online presence, keep maintaining it. Keep maintaining
That
it, and once you keep maintaining the online presence, there is a nice way. Uh, there's a proven way where people are reaching out to you rather you reaching out to them.
right.
So maybe the networking builds in there. I think it's amazing. But any last points? I mean, it's a good initial kicker for many people who want to start their career. But any last points before we wrap up the video?
So I just mentioned about the toolkits. So it's really important to understand why we need these toolkit for the analytics purpose. So I will segregate this toolkit into multiple portions. So first of all, we need to understand that how we can analyze or manipulate our data. So basically, data is stored in some sets of files or maybe in databases. So how I as a user or as a developer will able to manipulate my data. So for that, I need a skill set of SQL so that I can easily manipulate the data in the databases. After that, there comes a part where we need to pre-process our data. So for that purpose, we need tools like Alteryx, Informatica, or even Excel, like if the use cases are smaller. So these are the tools which will help you to pre-process your data. Now the third picture comes is when the data is ready. So in that case, you require the tools like uh, Power BI, Tableau, or Spotfire in actually to visualize your data in a right format. So different sets of visualizations, pie chart, bar chart. Totally depends on your requirements or the set of data you are showcasing and what KPIs you are generating out of it. So based on that, you can define what visualizations you want to utilize. So and same with the tools that you want to utilize. It can vary based on cost, what is your budget. So all these different matrices that you have to align and synchronize, and based on that you have to select the right tool set, or the I would say a right toolkit for yourself.
Okay. Thank you so much. But I think that's actually an important point. I should have asked it way before, but looks like so follow a process like how to identify your data, pre-process your data, implement your visualizations, and also in the future take it to the data science level. Okay, I
Right.
think it's an amazing insight. And people, whoever you're starting your career, reach out to either me or Vaibhav on LinkedIn or on YouTube, or comment this video. We will try to do whatever we can to help you make your career in analytics. So thanks a lot, Vaibhav, for this weekend session. See you next time.
Thank you, Raghav. It was nice discussing this topic because it is relevant for the current environment, I would say.
Yes,
Thank you.
yes, correct. Thank you. Bye bye.